I thank my colleague. Mr. Speaker, my ancestral forefather traveled to this country 200 years ago or so. He was born a poor Irishman with no path towards prosperity that did not lead through oppressive government or indentured servitude. He arrived in the port of New Orleans after scrapping together enough money to book passage on a sailing vessel that had been converted from carrying cargo to carrying human beings. He survived the journey, although many poor Irishmen did not. He came to this land seeking freedom. He found it and prospered, and through the generations, the Higgins family established itself as a solid working-class American family. Construction workers and firemen, police officers, soldiers, and sailors. After my father passed, my mother and her sister, my Aunt Gloria, took it upon themselves to research the family tree, and they discovered some of the truths that I'm sharing with you tonight. This was way before internet and computers and iPhones. They worked in the actual archives. And one of the things they discovered was a letter written by my ancestral forefather describing the conditions on the vessel he traveled to America upon. His sleeping berth measured 2 by 2 by 5. 2 by 2 by 5. I think about that as I serve within this body. I recognize the pain that our ancestral forefathers and foremothers endured to carve this country of greatness from the wilderness. There's never been a moment when American patriots claimed that our nation was perfect. We've always known that we are imperfect men driven by perfect intent to create a nation wherein a man could breathe free. And indeed we have. The sovereignty of America requires action from this body and from this executive, our current executive, to maintain the security and sovereignty of our nation at the southern border. The very promise of America is threatened by the policies and weakness of action and refusal to act in response to 1.1 million criminal crossings year to date. The very freedoms and opportunities that our ancestral forefathers and foremothers came to this country to embrace, the blood and life and limb that has been sacrificed by generations of patriots past that have preserved America. America itself is imperiled from within. It is the duty and the sworn oath of members of this body to ring our voices loud and clear across the land that we will not allow America to fall into decline. We will not become judicious managers of our nation's fall. We will stand and we will fight and we will make noise and we will be heard. I thank my colleague for allowing us to gather this evening and speak on behalf of the citizens that we serve, the nation that we love, and the future that we will not allow to demise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my colleague